So I thought I'd tell you guys a little bit about the origin of my poem, I guess, just kind of so I can get used to this. But anyway, I think that when you're a teenager, it's really hard to understand like your feelings and stuff. And so I'm really glad that I have two people in my life that have taught me a lot about love, and those are my parents. So this poem is... And I'm short. I thank you guys for that too, I guess. So anyway, this poem is called Dear Future Husband, and it's kind of my inspiration of my parents. So, yeah. They say that when you press your heart to someone else's, eventually your hearts will beat to the same rhythm. And even though I've always wondered the truth that the statements hold, I've never been willing to hug someone hard enough to figure it out. And regardless of whether it's true or not, I sometimes wonder if that would be a way to tell someone how much you love them. They say Romeo and Juliet is the best love story ever, but what about when you pick up a shell off the seashore and it knows the sound of the ocean's voice by heart and it wants to share it with everyone it meets? And what about the way the sky makes room for the stars and the stars make room for the moon, and the way that Benny loved June and Rose loved Jack and Grandpa loves Grandma? And the way the tree holds onto its leaves for as long as it can, and a flower welcomes the sun, and a mother welcomes her son home from war, and a son becomes his father. What about the way otters hold hands when they sleep, and penguins stay together for life, and a lioness teaches her cubs how to stay alive, and you will make me feel alive. And I've been saying "and" a lot, but that's only because when I'm with you, it'll be you and me, us. They say when you press your heart to someone else's, eventually your hearts will beat to the same rhythm. But what would happen if we press our minds together? Would we think of the same things? Would you think about me thinking about you? Or will I think about the way you think about me? Or would you even think about me? I want to be so in love with you that we could press our palms together and create a harmony without ever opening our mouths, that we could be an entire symphony just by looking at each other. And one day when my daughter comes home from school and tells me she's in love, I'll tell her, no, you're not. Not until you come home and tell me that that boy drives you crazy and you still sit next to him at lunch. When I fall in love, I want it to be forever. So that when my daughter asks me what it feels like, I can point to you and say, ask your father. This isn't a love poem, and I'm not a romantic, but if I were, I'd tell you that I wish I lived inside your bones so I could hear your heartbeat from the inside. And I'd press my heart against yours, and this poem would be to the rhythm of your heartbeat.